Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all already know who this is. This is Ron the freaking Don. Now, today, I wanted to speak about the latest occurrence in the election cycle. Of course, the latest occurrence of the election cycle consists of the mainstream liberal media's overly bias towards the Democrats and overly bias against Trump. Now, the latest attempt of them showing their bias towards Democrats and against Trump is at Trump's Madison Square Garden rally last week. Now, the mainstream liberal media, MSNBC, CNN, or whatnot, more specifically MSNBC, has called the Trump supporters at his rally in Madison Square Garden Nazi supporters. Now, as a journalist, do you think that's politically correct? Since they like to stress political correctness so much, especially the people on the far left, you think it's politically correct to call your political opponents supporters, the supporters of your political opponents, Nazi supporters? Is that right? Is that politically correct to do so? Nah, I don't think so. That comment was definitely uncalled for. And you can't, it's not fair to scrutinize supporters of your political opponent. Obviously, they see something in that political opponent that they don't see in you. And obviously, the people, the Trump supporters, the so-called Trump supporters, see that the mainstream media is overly biased. So if I can see it, faithful Trump supporters can definitely see it. And this is speaking as a observer, as a casual, objective observer of politics, a guy who studied politics for years. So I can see that as well. So if I can see that, matching what they can see. So for them to call them Nazi supporters is definitely not politically correct, and all because all the uproar about a comedian making a joke about Puerto Rico. Now, just to remind y'all that Puerto Rico is experiencing a garbage crisis. So when the comedian made a joke about Puerto Rico and Puerto Ricans, he was referring to the garbage crisis out in Puerto Rico that's occurring right now at this moment that Puerto Rico is experiencing. So he was referring to that. Was it a bad joke? Yes. But should he get criticized for it? No. Why? Because he's a comedian. He shouldn't be held to a high standard as a politician. He's not running for office, so we shouldn't hold a comedian to a higher standard. It was a bad joke. Okay, they booed him. Okay, move on. And they try to link that and affiliate him with the Trump campaign after Trump distanced himself from his comments. Fair enough. Now, where's the uproar about George Lopez making a joke about Mexicans and the border wall? Where was the uproar about that? Okay, there is none. Okay, and in response to the comedian's comments, Joe Biden, the President of the United States, unfortunately, has referred to Trump supporters as garbage. And then the White House press office has tried to cover it up by putting the apostrophe before the S. And then the White House Stenography Department has released the real document stating that Biden made the comment and put and without the apostrophe. So the stenography department of the White House has interpreted the comment exactly the way he said it, exactly how he meant to say it. So there you go. The stenography department released the real document, and now everybody knows what Biden said. Now, could he have slipped up on his words because of his dementia? Maybe. But the point about it is, the fact of the matter is that he said it. And so why is Trump being held to a higher standard than the Democrats? As always, Trump is always held to a higher standard than the Democrats. And time in and time again, the media always try to find something that Trump said or something that he's involved in and sensationalize it. From the beginning, from the time Trump first went into office, from the time he first ran into office, they've been trying to ostracize Trump, vilify Trump from the moment he ran from office. Why? Because he pressed Obama on showing his birth certificate, because his father is from Kenya and his mother's from Hawaii. So you don't think it's fair? I mean, do I agree with him doing it? No, but I feel he has a right to do it. But Obama he took a while to show his birth certificate, so he must have been hiding something. But that's neither here or there. But anyway, since Trump first entered office, they try to push that Russia collusion hoax, something that Rachel Maddow, a so-called news reporter from MSNBC, been peddling the Russia collusion scandal when there was no evidence of the Russia collusion scandal. They try to link it they try to compare it to Richard Nixon's Watergate. It may have been some similarities in the way of how Trump dealt with his workers and his administration during that time, similar to how Nixon did during Watergate. Yes, it may be some similarities. But he was trying to run cover. He was trying to run cover and maybe spin things and try to get out of Dodge the same way how the Democrats do with Biden and with the Hunter Biden laptop story. How they censored that from the press during the 2020 election. That's election interference. But anyway, there was no evidence of Trump and Russia collusion. I'm not saying that there wasn't. Not saying that there wasn't, but there was no evidence that displayed his involvement with Russia during the 2016 election. But why is it that the Hunter Biden laptop story was covered up, but they heightened the Trump-Russia collusion hoax? Why is that? This shows the media is overly biased towards the Democrats and overly biased against Trump. And not only that, you got the January 6th charades, when he called for the National Guard maybe a day or two before the whole incident happened, and Nancy Pelosi didn't follow through with that order. And Mario Bowser as well, the mayor of D.C., didn't as well. So, hey, this falls on Mario Bowser and Nancy Pelosi. It seems like. He says how the facts. He says how the facts is presented. So why is time and time again they always try to blame Trump or vilify Trump for something, or him questioning the election. But did Democrats question his election back in 2016, saying it's not my president? Didn't they question George Bush election back in 2000? So, latest example of Russia of election interference. And come on, and Kamala Harris recently, this past Saturday night, was on Saturday Night Live, or with a 90-second psyop, or whatever it is you want to call it, or a cameo, whatever it is you want to call it. It don't matter. But the point of the matter is that she was on Saturday Night Live days before the election. This is a classic case of election interference, y'all. So why is it okay for Democrats to do whatever they want, but it's not okay for the Republicans to do the same? This shows you it's just a divide of parties, or how polarized our nation has become. It's like this on both sides. It's always okay for my side, for the person on your side, to overtly commit corruption, while it's vilified on the other side. It's vilified for the other side to do the same exact thing. So I call this a classic case of politics, y'all. This is all politics. Now, hopefully, y'all enjoyed this lesson I just gave y'all. And another example of it is the FCC commissioner, who was a Republican, said that NBC violated the rule. What rule was this? What rule was it? He violated the. Let me see. She violated the equal time rule. Yeah, the equal time rule. So, is it because, of course he's probably saying that because he's a Republican, Kamala the Democrat, but that's what comes with the territory, y'all. It goes to show you that there's bullshit on both sides. Now, I'm speaking to y'all from an objective point of view. That there's bullshit on both sides of the aisle. And this will conclude my video. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this lesson. And you like this video, hit like, subscribe, leave a comment. Alright, I'll catch you on my next video. Peace.